What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another edition of Let It Rip Sports Show. And today we're going to talk about basketball, the marquee game last night, the Golden State Warriors against the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, normally I wouldn't really do a video about basketball this early in the season because it's only 13 or 14 games in. But there's certain marquee games that mean more than just a regular season game. Because honestly, I really don't really care about basketball until after the All-Star break. That's when teams start buckling down, defense is played. It's a real mad dash to get to the playoffs. But this game caught my attention. I had to watch it, especially after some comments were made by the Clippers saying, they got to look at it win a championship, which I can see the argument, but for the Clippers, you really can't open your mouth like that, especially after you lost to the Rockets when you were up 3-1, and so anyway, let me get back on the history. Let's focus on what happened last night. Man, everything that could go right went right for the Clippers in the first half. I mean, Chris Paul, he wasn't supposed to be playing, had a growing injury, and he played possessed. I mean, that's probably one of the best games I've ever seen him play in a regular season. He couldn't miss. Blake Griffin was active as well. DeAndre Jordan, he was active on the boards, getting those demoralizing dunks, and the Golden State Warriors, they had two quick fouls on Harrison Barnes and Stephen Curry, so they basically had to stay on the bench for most of the first quarter and part of the second quarter. So they end up getting this huge lead, 23-0. I'm like, man. I was saying to my mom and a couple of my friends, I was like, man, the Clippers, this might be a year they actually can contend. And all my friends who watch basketball, and my mom even said it, it's the Clippers. They'll blow it in the second half. And sure enough, they blew it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Clippers fan. I'm not a Clippers homer, but because I'm a Lakers fan. But I've seen the Clippers have good teams, and they just haven't been able to put it together forever. So I kind of feel sorry for them because they have so much talent, and yet they still can't get over the hump. And this is just another example of them not closing a team out and closing out a victory that they should have won by all rights. But I will give huge kudos to the Golden State Warriors, but because even when they were down 23 points, you saw no panic on their bench. You saw Stephen Curry while Chris Paul was doing his thing in the first half. You saw not Chris Paul. You saw Stephen Curry just like this. Okay, that's cute. Good bucket. But you knew there was something deep down that you got from the bench for the Golden State Warriors that they were gonna be back in this game. This game wasn't out of reach, and the Clippers. I mean, they were firing all cylinders. You had Paul Pierce. He was playing great defense, especially against Klay Thompson, who was struggling in the first half, missing a couple of buckets. And then you had Draymond Green. He kind of struggled in the first half a little bit, didn't really play that much. But at the same time, you saw no panic. Andre Iguodala was out there. He wasn't really being that much of a factor in the first half. But after halftime, they got themselves in gear, and all of a sudden you start seeing everything go their way in the second and then third and fourth quarter. What happened to rebounding? In the first half, the Clippers were out rebounding the Golden State Warriors by a lot. All of a sudden, they couldn't get a rebound in the second half. So that was one thing. I mean, I understand how momentum is a powerful thing, but there's no excuse for you not to be able to out rebound a team that is widely known as being undersized. And you have a guy like DeAndre Jordan who you paid all this money to. You have all the height in your advantage, and you're not able to get the majority of the rebounds. That's just unconscionable. I'm sorry. That's basketball 102 second semester, in my personal opinion. But kudos to Klay Thompson for turning it around. Draymond Green had a great game, and Draymond Green had 19 points. Harrison Barnes came alive. He had 21 points for the game. Klay Thompson, as I said earlier, he started shooting a lot better than Stephen Curry. I mean, we already know what he did, 40 points. But allow me to talk about Stephen Curry and why he's such a great player, because everybody knows he can shoot. But one of the underrated things or lesser known things is his decision making, because everybody knows he can shoot, and that allows him to to penetrate a lot easier because people want to rush out to him. And a lot of shooters that you see who are dependent on their shot don't get to the rack. I mean, that's one of my biggest complaints with J.R. Smith. I mean, he's a good shooter, maybe a streaky shooter, but when his shot's not working, he does not go to the rack. That's not the case with Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry, he'll sit there and say, "Okay, got you." He sees you rushing toward him, he'll get to the rack. That's what makes Curry so special and so dangerous, because he's not a one-dimensional player like J.J. Redick, who has a good jumper, probably not on the same, probably not on par with Stephen Curry, but he's more of a guy who has to have a spot-up shooter, and he just relies on his jumper more than Stephen Curry, who's more of a complete player. But this was a huge game for several reasons. One, it showed the resiliency of the Golden State Warriors, having everything go against you in the first half and be able to have the cohesion and the confidence to say, you know what, don't panic, let's not do too much, let's stay in our offense, and let's come back and make plays. And that's what they did. This is also a huge game for the Clippers, and showed that right now, I really don't see them being that contender. I mean, this was a game that they should have won, and that would have boosted their confidence to another echelon. But once again, same old Clippers, choked City, not Lob City, choke City, in a third and fourth quarter where it matters most. Now, I'm not saying that they're not going to make the playoffs, but right now, I really don't see them being that team that can beat a quality opponent in the later part of the playoffs. But hopefully I'm wrong. I mean, it's still early. It's only 13 games. You know, I'm not making too much of that big of a deal about it. But like I said in the intro, there are some games that just aren't regular season games in the NBA. And this was one of those that I thought the Clippers had to have more so than the Golden State Warriors, because the Golden State Warriors, they've already been in the championship. They've done it. They've done the song and dance. You know, they got the rings. The Clippers, no rings, and this is the game they had to win. But we'll see. They'll play each other 3 more times, so hopefully they can bounce back and maybe get some victories and show that they can be a contender in this playoff series, in this playoff year. But anyway, that's my video for the Clippers versus against the Golden State Warriors. Let me know what you think. Did you think that the Clippers choked, or did you think that the Golden State Warriors just took their victory and they earned it? Let me know what you think, or maybe it's a combination of both. I think it's a combination of both, choke / the Golden State Warriors showing resiliency. Please leave comments and/or suggestions. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let It Rip Sports Show. Thanks for watching.